Hello, welcome to the live stream. Apparently, I'm on vertical right now. Let me know how this is going. This is a attempt to see if we can simulcast and do both. I'm a little nervous. I can't see what the field of vision is for vertical, so not really sure how well it's gonna work. But let's give it a shot. Lovely to see people here. Today we are not going to talk economics, even though there was a EU-US trade deal just recently come to an agreement. We're not going to talk about it. We have done so much talking about tariffs. We've done so much talking about economics, and I think we all deserve just a little break. So we're going to play with planners. All right, let me check the chat, make sure everyone's okay. There we go. Looks like I can see this. Geograph Concept says, Kinbor. That's what the people, me, want. Okay, well, I have two Kinbors to deliver for you. So I'm going to show you both of them. And then I also have a new notebook that I got gifted for my birthday, and I'm doing that thing where you're so excited about the new notebook that you can't decide what its job will be. And so I'm like overwhelmed trying to decide. So I think we'll talk about that a little bit. And the other thing we're going to talk about is the Faded Chronicle planners that have come out. I am wondering if maybe they make sense for me. Unfortunately, they are also printed in China, like pretty much darn near every planner. And because of that, there's, another risk with tariffs. I just had to pay pretty substantial tariffs on a clothing order from Europe, but with some of the sweaters were produced in China, and whew, it was really eaten up there. So it's Faded Chronicle, Faded. Did I say it extra too? Faded. It's a very small, I think one person Canadian planner company, and is making some interesting planners. So I thought we would look at those and discuss. Because it is a small planner company, the orders for the 2026 planners are like now, the pre-orders. And so I don't know. I've made that mistake before where I do a pre-order for a planner in advance of when I actually need it. And 6 months away of planners it turns out I have different plans. I would like to know what the Kinbors are going to look like for 2026. So we do also have a donut. There is quite a few more people here than normal. I guess this is because of the vertical live streams. So yes, it's vertical on my TV, YouTube app, but normal on my laptop. Oh, super weird. Yeah, we're supposed to be simulcast. There's supposed to be a vertical and a horizontal happening at the same time. I'm in this YouTube like boot camp for live streams, and all of the other YouTubers that do live streams, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. Not that many people are like YouTube specific live streamers, because most streamers will go over to Twitch or other platforms. A lot of people recommended the vertical live streams, and being able to simulcast them now is relatively new. Geograph Concept asked about my earrings. One of them is a rainbow coffee cup, and then the other one is a donut with a bite out of it. It's from a small brand called Yellow Owl Workshop that had quite a lot of cute things that I wanted, but these were a birthday gift. I'm launching my own spin-off live stream. I'm calling it Dusting with David. The amount of people that I just watch do their chores on the internet, although mostly not live, but I will tell you, I'll be there. I'm there for Dusting with David. Okay, we do have a donut today. We have had this donut before. The 2 months, I complain when the flavors change every month, but now I'm kind of complaining about how long the flavors have felt like they are for June and July. So this is the donut this week. It's the strawberry shortcake. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 last time. We will enter it in the donut log if I give it a different rating this time. All right. So we will do a donut log fill out only if it is a different rating than 5 out of 5. I really liked it because it was essentially like a Sour Patch Kid sort of situation. That's kind of what it tasted like. Okay, I'm very curious. It seems like we have more drive-bys, but like hello, Vortex, Pearl, Food, and Rick. Thanks for joining. All right, here are the planners that we've got as an option. This is my Kinbor Weeks, and I've been using this almost every week. This has been my main carry around planner. The reason I want to do a plan with me, not just because I'm extremely overwhelmed by the world right now, and is also just because I have like a lot of travel coming up, a lot of stuff happening for work, and I need to do some kind of strategy situation. So, as you can see, I'm not as consistent with this one. And it's mainly because I find it a bit more of a pain in the butt to carry around the A5 planner. But it is helpful when I want to make big lists and stuff like that. I don't think I would repeat getting this, at least in the A5 size. This Kinbor Weeks is essentially a riff on, it's a slightly adapted version of the PAL, the Bushyman X PAL planner, which has this like pretty unique little 8-grid space thing. I don't know that, but that one is in B6, and which is slightly smaller. It's about like yay big. And I actually think the B6 might make more sense for me, which is one of the things we're going to talk about with the Faded Chronicle. But honestly, the Weeks is great, but just sometimes it's just not enough space. Okay. So, should we dive in? Is it time to go? I realize I basically only use my Kinbor Weeks, and I'm thinking of doing an ASEX weekly thing next year. I don't know. There's still a lot of time. I know I was sort of in a rush where I felt like I should deal with things now. If I want to do a pre-order for next year. Also, like I always get kind of an itch around this time of the year because it's like my birthday month and I kind of feel this like, ooh, I should get a new planner. But actually this is working really well. I love the hardcover. I love that it doesn't have to have a bunch of extra stuff on it. And sometimes with these like big planners, I do feel a little awkward like pulling them out, especially just in like small meetings like stand-ups. I never feel awkward about bringing this book to a meeting. And I also like I almost always bring it because it's so tiny and light. I don't use the back pages though, even though I complain that it's not enough pages, I don't use the back pages. Okay. So we need to make a list and then we need to start like populating the monthly spreads for the next couple months because things be wild. It doesn't look full, but it is full. Okay, but let's do some decoration first because I think we should have some decoration. Okay. So the big things that are happening that I am kind of stressing about or worried about right now are I have a work trip. So I did that big bus trip last year where I did a reporting trip all over the state about rural transit. Well, because it won a Murrow award that kind of incentivized my station to invest in some bragging about it. And so we are doing a redux of the trip because a lot of things have changed under the current administration. I'm going for donuts, by the way. The cats are wild. I'm sorry there's no cat cam, but we do have a flu for the week. So do remind me to do that. Yeah, we're going for just a full donut theme for this week. I would raid to your stream, David, if you do a second chore stream. Just don't do it during mine, but I can send people after mine. Okay. So I have to do this. I still have like quite a lot of planning to do, and I'm leaving in a month from yesterday is when we're leaving. And so I really do need to get a lot of stuff done. And I have another work trip the weekend before that. So I have and I work on the weekends. So like I have another work trip the week before. And because of that, I just really do not have a lot of, I don't have a lot of time to prep for a lot of this stuff. I know that it's probably not a very healthy position, but I feel the year slipping away from me already. 2026, man, is coming. Hi, princess. Yes, I heard you. Okay, are we gonna just mishmash the work and the non-work together? Guys, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the cats are chasing each other now. I'm very sad I don't have a cat cam. David says, I hope you know I'm kidding. I could rant about IKEA on my own time. I don't know. I would listen to your rants about IKEA. All right. I'm switching from this one. Dries faster. Okay. To do. I have Rancher call out at work. Rancher schedule. Notes at work with Rancher. Medicaid pre-report. What else do I have to get done this week? Oh, the scavenger hunt stationery store day ride. Reminder. I thought I was going to post a video by Thursday, but a little bit. I had an unexpected memorial on Sunday, and then I had to help a friend move yesterday, and that took up all of my like weekend time that I would have finished editing the Cambodia video. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Although with the border conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia right now, I was like, a dark part of me was like, is that SEO optimized if I do a crossing the Cambodia Thailand border? The year is already 57% over. Rude. Rude. Actually, that doesn't feel like as bad to me though. It feels more over, but I'm thinking ahead to like January right now because I have like a reporting trip in January that to US Figure Skating Nationals, and I like already had to set stuff up and get media credentials for it and everything. Okay. Mail. Boxes. Okay. I'm putting haircut on here, even though it's already scheduled, just so that I can check it off, because I really need a haircut. I haven't had a haircut since March, and that is quite long, but since I was losing my hair, I kind of want to put it off. Okay, I've got all my skating, or all of my yoga scheduled, and my skating. Let me double check if there's any other meetings happening this week. I feel like we need some cute stickers in this too. No other meetings already. Okay. Wow. I just realized I should probably put myself out of office in Baker City reporting. Y'all, I'm getting a little stressed. Okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We can do all of this. This is all possible. This is all a possible amount of stuff to do. Sophie is setting home my work from home space during the stream today. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I can't wait till I can set up my new office. Would it be interesting to people if I live streamed organizing my new office? I don't know if that's boring as hell or if that's really interesting. I like watching other people, like, in the background, like, clean out, declutter, organize stuff. But I don't know if watching it in real time would be as interesting because it's just so, like, slow going. I really want to know what this looks like in vertical, and I'm a little disappointed I can't see it on my monitor, but... AS says I would watch that. It's worth trying at least once. And then if, like, it just does not work, then it's fine. But my whole office is going to be so amazing. It's like the Woodland Regency theme, and I have this, like, antique desk that I got. Well, I think it's a vintage desk that's meant to look antique. It's from the 80s. Now she's playing with a toy. I put all their toys away. So we had a closet designer come over to the house earlier, and they were only here for like a minute or two, but I, of course, had to like clean the house a little more than I even normally do on Tuesdays, which is my cleaning day. But that means that when I do a clean, all of the cats go back in their donut shop, which is their toy box now, because they're back when they were kittens, they both could fit in there, but now it's much tighter. So they don't go in there, but all their toys are there. But then every time I move all the toys there, they have to rediscover which toys they're excited about. Aaron says that we can fix this. I really appreciate that Aaron is trying to get this stream situation to work. Okay. At Work Rancher call out schedule notes at Work Rancher pre-report. Northwest Public Broadcasting reporter, and then KWSO reporter. Reach out. Okay, y'all, this is like the 4th week that I haven't done this invoice. It's not going to take that long. I just don't know who to email it to because the whole platform for NPR changed. Invoice. And what else? And then stickers. Stationery store. Set up Metro night. All right, we're gonna do some decor now because I feel like we need some decor. That is one of my complaints about the Weeks, is it's so space efficient that it actually can be a little annoying because you don't get quite as much space to decorate if you're using it as your like main to-do list on the weekly page. I see people that do cute decorations, but it's not nearly as much space as like the Hobonichi cousin is or anything like that. And you know, it depends on your priorities, right? Like not everybody's priority is decorating their planner, but I have an awful lot of washi tape, and if I'm only using 4 inches a week, it's gonna take forever for me to get through all of it. All right. Definitely forgetting some stuff. Don't know what it is. Should I put the 2 things that I've already done on the list so I can cross them out? I'm doing it. Stationery store day. Video done. And clean house. Help Robin move. Good enough. Very lonely chat, which is what YouTube really wants me to watch on, even though I'm... Oh, yeah, because they're going to be separate chats. So wait, can I not see anything happening in the chat over there? I think that's true. If I open it in another tab, yeah, that's one of the downsides, is we've got to like integrate the other one that's going on. Oh, I can't really like... Is it not integrated? Wait. Oh, some of it is over there. Yeah, it's just, you can't see all of it. Okay, that's interesting. I can see them, but the vertical chat is dead. Well, it's probably because people are not really sticking around. So that's one of the downsides of doing the simulcast, is that the chats aren't integrated. AS says, totally off topic, but I'd love to hear your opinion about private equity buying YouTube channels. I don't actually know a lot about that, but it sounds super fascinating to research. So thank you for the topic idea. I'm going to have to dive into researching it. Okay, so that's one of the downsides, obviously, is that... Okay, so we're going to do some... The downside is that, like, people don't get integrated to our chats when I simulcast. Okay, I'm going to do my little taking out the trash sticker. And I need to meal prep today, so I'm going to do a little air fryer sticker while I have my union meeting. And I also cleaned, so I think we'll do a little mop because I mopped earlier today. Why am I doing the stickers? You know, sometimes we all need stickers in life. Okay, I need to, Friday, I need to give myself a shot, so I've got a little shot kitty. And I should be doing this where you guys can see the stickers on the screen because they're all so cute. Oh gosh, Clint says, how is the triplex coming along? I don't know about the States, but in Australia, many properties are unfinished because a large amount of contractors and subcontractors going insolvent. Woof! Luckily, the only insolvent supplier that we had was our flooring supplier, and that happened like a year ago. So we are now okay, I guess. I mean, it wasn't great. We lost out on, we had already paid for our flooring and we had to buy other flooring, and we didn't manage to get any of the money back from it, which is a bummer. But do you like my little clean oven ones? They're so cute. I love everything that Sweet Ava's paper company makes. I hope that she comes back in some new form, because she closed the reason I have so many is because she was closing the shop, so she did like a sale before she closed the shop. But it keeps going. I have so many of these stickers. You know, when I first got into like YouTube planner world, I was blown away at how many stickers everybody had. And now I've just accepted this as fact. So, okay. And I do need to mail stuff tomorrow, so I'm also going to put the little mail cat. Do I not have a haircut sticker? I don't think I have a haircut sticker. Of all of the most mundane things to have, I do not have a haircut sticker, y'all. But I'm finally getting my haircut tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. All right, well, we're searching. We're going to find a haircut sticker. I'm also very excited to organize. Do you see how many insane stickers I got? It's really, I've gotten a little ahead of myself with the amount of stickers I have. Also, I got all these yoga and skating cat stickers, but I was like, should I really use those every single time I do? It would be like using this for every single time I ride a bike. It would be totally ridiculous, and I would use up the sheet in like a month. So, I am leading a ride on Saturday, so I do think I do get a sticker for that one. Okay. Let's do some, now that we've added some cute stickers, very fun. I wish I had a haircut sticker, but I don't. But I already have 2 other stickers tomorrow. Let's do some digging around. So, but Clint's actual question, not so much about our being insolvent. I haven't heard of that, but it is kind of an interesting question. I haven't been hearing about a lot of them going insolvent, but tariffs are like a really big impact on the construction industry here. I am the triplex. I'm like hesitant to say this because I'm worried I'm going to curse it, but the triplex is very close. It's closer than it ever has been before, which is, it sounds like something that I could have said at any point in time. But actually it's been in stasis so many times where like very little is happening. Right now, very little is physically happening in the building, but that's because almost everything is finished. The only thing that isn't really finished right now is electricity and then some final finishing things. All the electricals are in, and the solar panels are in. It's just a matter of getting it hooked up to the city grid as opposed to the temporary power. And that there's a couple things that take more electricity than we get off of the temporary power pole. And so we're kind of like dependent right now on the power company to do a couple things. And we're waiting on that. And we can't really move forward without that. But a couple months ago, I don't know if I would have confidently told you that the house would be done before the end of the year. Right now, it actually feels like maybe it will be done before the end of the year. Has electricity now, which is a big deal. It's had electricity for like at least 8 months longer. It's had electricity for a while, but does it have permanent electricity? No. Okay. We need to do something with this August situation. I think maybe what we need to do, I'm trying to figure out what we can do. Like, should we color in the days that I'm traveling for? I think we should, and we should do them in different colors because I'm going to be in a different city most nights. Okay, so I'm traveling for work. I would like some stickers, but you know, I feel like finding the stickers might be really hard. Eric, I will say, Eric says once it has aircon, it'll be a real house. I will say that it is actually like pretty cool in there. It's like it's 90 degrees, and we really do need the I mean, we don't really need it, but it is much more pleasant to hang out in this house with it with the electricity um or with the air conditioning going. But that house is very good at regulating temperature. Like it was like in the 80s on my birthday party, and we had like 36 people in the house, but over a bunch of hours. And it wasn't until the very end of the party that it was starting to feel like toasty, like a toasty house. Okay. So I need to book like all these hotels this weekend or this week at work. Okay. Then I'm also going to be traveling. And I think I'll be able to come back on Tuesday. But it might be Wednesday, depending on how long it takes me to do the... Because that's Memorial Day. Or Labor Day. That's Labor Day. And it doesn't really matter because it's my normal day off, but I'm going to be working on that day. But the buses won't be running, so we won't be able to get back until that Tuesday. Let me double check something about that Tuesday. Because there's just been a service reduction. And I need to make sure that they're is a bus on that Tuesday. Okay, so okay, there is a 7 a.m. bus leaving that day. So then we can do that, 7 a.m. Then we go into LeGrand, or then we go into Pendleton, then we fly home. So theoretically, we do it on Tuesday. We can do it on Wednesday if other things happen. I also have no idea what's happening. I am signed up for FinCon, but I'm like, apparently I'm like a judge for something at FinCon. That's like the financial content creators conference. And I just like do not know I don't really know what's happening. I have told my boss that I'm doing it. And she seems fine with it. So I guess it's happening. It's my normal like work week, but it's not my air days, so it should be fine to just kind of do that. I am also teaching a workshop on this day. What time am I teaching this workshop? It's on the 20th. So what time is it? It is at 8:30 my time. Okay. So I do need to prep for that because it's a pretty short presentation. And that means I can't, like, normally I have my standard slides, but this one they're only giving me a half an hour time to like talk about budgeting and debt, which is really not enough. But it's enough to give a taster, I guess. And so I am hoping that but I need to prep more because the shorter it is, the more I actually need to prep because you can't really waste words in the way that you can when it's longer. Okay. I think we should put out all of the August goals in the monthly spread. This isn't something I've been like consistently doing, but I think it's something I need to do now. Okay. So the work stories are also the host con this year is in Salt Lake City, and I will be bringing my skates. I'm very excited about it. There are quite nice rinks in Salt Lake City. I really love the rinks there. They hosted the Olympics. As controversial of an Olympics that it was, but I'm very excited about that. Okay, so stop requested Baker City. Stop requested slides. Stop requested panel cues. Hospital story. So this is a pretty rural town in Oregon. And so I'm doing a story about the Medicaid impacts on their hospital because their hospital was already I talked about this a little bit last week, but anyway, I'm doing like a follow-up story to that, but I need to do some like pre-prep for it. What other story? Okay. EAS story. Then the Red Bull games. There's a skateboarding championship that's happening here, so I'm doing a story on it. What other story am I doing while I'm out there? Oh, and then at work with story. Great. Also, my cats have their birthdays. Very important. Okay. I will deal with FinCon in there. Now I think I'm gonna draw in some of the optional stuff that I kind of want to keep in mind for this month. Okay, so this one is obviously stationary store day ride. And then work is just every weekend except these 2 weekends because I'm out of town, although I maybe am hosting from Baker City, but we're going to find out. I want to do these backflip classes, which are on Monday nights. And what other things are on the I would like to pay attention to it. I need to find out if I need to do anything for this thing that I'm judging. I'm assuming I do. There are so many rides in August that I have no idea what rides I want to keep in mind. Oh, there's a princess ride. There's a princess ride? Oh, it starts at 10:30 though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on a Saturday. I'm putting it on my calendar. Okay, princess ride. I want to do the princess ride. I mean, who doesn't want to do a princess ride? But it starts at 10:30 and I get off air at 10, so seems unlikely. And it's not close. The Spice Girls ride. I'm definitely doing that. I have the outfit for the Spice Girls ride, and I have consistently not been able to do it. So this is the year. This is the year that I'm going to be able to do the damn Spice Girls ride. It got canceled for heat, and then it got moved, and it got moved to when I was out of town. And I really want to do it. And I also want to see Spice World, the movie, which is actually extremely hard to get a hold of. So very excited about that. I think that weekend I might stop by Philadelphia and the Long Island Retro Game Expo. Wait, which weekend? You probably were referring to an actual weekend that I was doing in here. Okay. Is there any like must do rides that I need to do in here? Also, I know I've been whining about payday situation being switching from doing it monthly, which I do not love. But I have been doing better. I would say I've been doing better. Okay. Payday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm also going to say pack and order cameras from work. Okay. Because we have to book our cameras for the trip. My recording equipment is mine, but then what we use for cameras, we have to check out from the gear thing. And I don't know if we've reserved them yet, but we're supposed to have them for a week. So, and the CEO is coming with us for part of the trip. So I'm sure they'll let us have them. Should we put some washi tape on this just so that it looks cute? Is this really alleviating anyone else's anxiety or no? I really kind of was wondering if like, I think I'm just going to do this very cute Shine Sticker Studio, like, it's just like a fun, light little washi. See, this is kind of what I was saying about, like, there's just not as much room to decorate, but if you have good washis, you can really get some decorations in there. Okay, I should do my money washi tape for the FinCon month. I feel like that's reasonable. I only have one money washi tape. We've talked about doing an Oh My Dollar washi tape several times, but have not yet done it. Oh, I got recognized for Oh My Dollar twice in the past week, like in person, which was very interesting. And I get recognized for my day job like fairly often. I mean, Oh My Dollar used to be my day job, but I haven't gotten recognized for Oh My Dollar in quite a while. But yes, it was very sweet to have someone recognize me for that. And they said that both of them were like former workshop people, and they were like, your presentation was really important and very helpful to me at a pivotal time. And like a couple of them were like many, many years out from well, there were two of them, but both of them were like several years out from having taken my workshop. Anyway, that made me feel very good. Geograph Concept. I thought this was the year that I was going to do washi tapes, but unfortunately, because I wanted to release a washi tape for Budgetober, like ahead of time, where you could get like a cat's money, like they'd be like fat cats, you know, and money. Ugh. I'm very upset about it because that was my plan. The downside is that with the tariffs, I just don't think it's practical to do washis because almost all of the producers for washis are in China. And there's just so much uncertainty. I guess this is not the year to do it. I am really frustrated because I was like, oh. I put this in here and I'm a little stressed about putting this in here. I find out next month if I won the National Murrow Award. And theoretically, my station will send me to like a fancy gala dinner in New York City, as well as my colleague, if we win it. It's quite prestigious. We won the regional one, but we find out like next month if we won this. But I felt like I was like kind of cursing it to put it in here. But, you know, sometimes you just need to lean into it, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Should we do the boo? We're going to do the boo stickers for October. I like how I'm not actually organizing my life. I'm just putting washi down for several months out. I think everything for the rest of the year is in here that needs to be. I'm like giving a talk in Austin in December, but I don't have any of the like details about that. I know when the talk is because I'm keynoting the conference. So like that data is up, but I don't have any other information. I haven't figured out how much I'm going to get paid because my, it's for work and my work is like very strict about me taking like freelance stuff. And so I kind of like procrastinated on asking my boss about it. There was also a lot of like stuff that had nothing to do with me going on at work that my boss was involved in. And so anyway, I was like very stressed about asking her, but now I feel like I've been asking for so many other things that, but I have to do it. Like I'm listed on as like a keynote for the conference. All right, y'all. There's my months. Should we talk about other planners? I think we should probably. David says, I hope you get to come to a fancy dinner in New York City. I would be very excited to come to New York City. Usually when I'm in New York City, I don't eat fancy at all. And I spend my whole time just eating bagels and schmear because there's so much good bagels and schmear there. And it's not great here, but there's a couple places that try, but they're just, nothing is like New York City bagels. And most bagels in Portland are just truly atrocious. And there's so many options and there's so many places with like good vegan cream cheese in Brooklyn. So I usually just mostly eat most of my calories in bagels and schmear the whole time that I'm there and like various deli. But that's also because New York City is so expensive that usually that's the best that I can afford. I will be on per diem, which means that like our per diem is like a standard amount. So I'm pretty sure it'll be enough for one meal in New York City. Or 3 bagels and schmears a day. So I think that's fine. I think we're just going to ignore this larger planner. And I feel like this really tells you a lot about my current situation with this. It's just too big. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a quick donut break and then we're going to discuss my planner concerns, thoughts, issues. Really quick, I do want to show you this amazingly adorable notebook. I'm pretty sure it's A6. It's from the brand Nuna, which is a German brand. It's a vegan, like kind of recycled, like plasticky leather situation. A very cute dot grid. You probably this camera is not going to pick up the dot grid. I'm trying to make it show it to you, but it's quite a thin dot grid. It's beautiful. It has page numbers. Total is 176. I got given this as a birthday gift by a coworker of mine. It was so cute. It screams me. It's like a little tiny pink notebook. It was very sweet of my coworker. Now I am stressed because I don't know what to use it for. I was thinking about making it a bullet one. I've been listening to the audiobook about bullet journaling and it's like almost talking me into it, even though I obviously already know the benefits of like using paper. And I think I have my planning system like decently well thought out, but I'm starting to think about bullet journaling. And then I was like, maybe it should just be my skating logbook because I keep track of all of my skating stuff in my like tracker app, which I think you all have seen before. Let me try to share the screen with you all. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, I track like all of my jumps and my spins and I have little graphs of like how many things that I've done and I keep track of all the hours that I skate and everything. But my like notes are pretty bad. Like I just give it a star rating and then I'm supposed to put notes in there. but they're not super great. And this app has the ability to do it, but I actually think writing by hand would be very helpful, especially like after lessons where I don't take a ton of private lessons because they're very expensive, as previously discussed. But I was thinking that maybe this should be like my skating bullet journal, because then I could take notes by hand right after lesson so I don't forget. Because that's one of the problems that I have. Sometimes I'll try to leave myself a voice memo. One of the downsides is at the big rinks, which is where I take lessons because I need the larger ice for privates. My hands are too cold. Like there's nowhere warm. So like writing by hand is like really challenging there. And so that's why I end up doing the voice memo. Geograph Concept says A6 Forever fits anywhere, goes everywhere. Yeah, I actually like the Weeks a little bit better because I feel like it's easier for writing for me. And that's why I never did the A6 Hobonichi. Well, the other reason is that I needed the weekly layout. But I've slowly like moved into being okay with the horizontal layout in the Weeks. I love the Kinbor Weeks, and I actually like it a lot better than the Hobonichi Weeks, and it isn't just for the lower price point. So I'm pretty sure I will be getting this over getting the Hobonichi Weeks if I decide to stay with a Weeks platform. But this is talking dough and eating donuts, so we do need to eat a donut. We haven't really talked dough, but I think we will kind of be about to talk dough because we are going to talk about planners that cost a lot of money. So let's go. Okay. Here we go. This is a strawberry shortcake donut. It has a real strawberry glaze on it. It has a oat crumble on the top, and then it's just a regular raised vegan donut here. David, you don't get a per diem when you travel. You travel all the time for work. That's crazy. How do you not get a per diem? That seems... But do you have to do expense reports? Is it all... They do pay for your food, right? They have to. Okay. If this will go in the donut log, if it is rated anything other than a 5 out of 5 this time, and if it is rated a 5 out of 5, we're not going to put it in the donut log because I already have an entry. People from the home office do, but the US office doesn't for some reason. That's so weird to me. Okay. It's not as sour as it was before. You got authorized to get paid back for your bill for your 3 days in Bulgaria. You better get paid back for your bill for 3 days in Bulgaria. Michael, I agree. It sounds illegal, but if it's not illegal if you get just straight reimbursement instead of per diem. I could see that they just don't want the faff with the per diem. We can choose if we want to do per diem or receipts. But I could imagine them, they're very persnickety, so I could imagine them denying receipts. My work is accounting is such a stickler that like, if they do the per diem by meals, and like, let's say your flight is at 9:30 in the morning, you don't get the breakfast per diem unless you left before 6 a.m. You have to be traveling from 6 to 9 a.m. inclusive in order to get the breakfast per diem. It's like all by hours by meals. know if I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. I feel like it's like a 4 out of 5. I'm very glad you don't fly standby because I think flying standby is insane, especially if it's on not even your own airline. All right. I think it's a 4 out of 5. But that seems silly to make like a whole new version. I don't know. Should we... I think it's a 4 out of 5 this time. It's not a 5 out of 5 this time. It's not as sour as it was last time, which is the thing I really liked about it. But I don't want to fill out another page. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a secondary date and rating in here for the last time I had it. Also, that washi tape really will just not hold. Okay. Oh, this is a previous. Wait, where is it? Okay, bacon praline, strawberry shortcake. Okay, so the last time I had it was 6/24. So now this is 07/29, 2025. And we're going to do a 4 out of 5. Is it a little hokey? I do think it is a little hokey, but it just seems silly to do. It's the same donut. There we go. Standby, I know, is typical for airline folks, especially family trips. Well, yeah, it makes sense for, it makes sense if you're flying on your own airline, but, that was the thing that David was saying last week, is that he was flying not on his own airline, was flying on like a partner airline, and they had to have, and it was standby for an international trip. This was not like a friends and family ticket, which totally makes sense, and that's like very typical as your perk. I had a friend who was supposed to join me on a college trip when I was visiting colleges, so this is like 20 years ago now. But they worked in airlines, and they were trying to get on a standby ticket, and they had like all day to make it to Boston. And so there was like 6 or 7 flights that were available to do it. This might have been like 15 years ago. There was like 6 or 7 flights all day, and they were on standby, and they just kept not making it. And they ended up not being able to come on the trip because they just could not make it there. I was young and they convinced me that was the way it works. I mean, that's rough. I'm just oddly proud with surge pricing at JFK with Uber just meant getting to from JFK was $150 round trip. I just saw a TikTok the other day that was like, a New Yorker explains to you how to get to JFK, and it was essentially like, do not take a car. Do not take a car. You will be late. It was very funny. They did it in a much funnier way. All right, should we look at, let's do Floof of the Week. Then we're going to look at planners. That's our last little bit of a treat. So we have a Floof of the Week this week, and we have a lot of very good pictures of said Floof of the Week. So I'm very excited about it. Okay, so we are going to play. Okay, so this Floof of the Week is Hardison the Peeled Cat. Please look at this boy. Being peeled. So this is look at this. Look at this boy with his little floofy face. There's a good lion's tail view right there. Look at that. That must be a very good summer cut. Oh, this is the pre-peel. So Hardison, the peeled cat. And this is Sophie's cat. So this is pre-floof. I think that this is the cutest, but this one is the best for showing off the cut. But this is the cutest picture, and then this is the best for looking at the peelingness. What is my rating? I think my rating is 15 out of 10. That is my rating. Excellent haircut, very cute, very pro Hardiston. I have the strange urge to vacuum him like he's dust. Oh, like all the little bits right there. That makes sense. Yes, a royal lion. It's very much a royal lion cut. Recently unfluffed. His official vet name is Lint Trap. Wait, is official vet name like what they've called him that? Or is that like the official, like it's like your government name? Your vet name is your government name for cats. Lint Trap is an excellent name. Yes, 15 out of 10. Thank you so much, Sophie, for providing a floof this week. I appreciate it. All right. Would anybody like to discuss some possible planners? I've been anxiously awaiting Kinbor to make the 2026 planners available, and I don't know if maybe there's a reason they're not doing it yet, because usually they do release them like quite early. But this is the Faded Chronicle one, which is like, I probably shouldn't do this. I actually know that I shouldn't do this, but I actually think it might be so interesting to try it out that I'm a little tempted to pre-order it just because I think it would be interesting to other people. By the way, do you see my floof up there above my head? Yeah, we're talking about you. Okay. So this is Faded Chronicle. This is a Canadian company, but she prints them in China. So tariffs are a concern. Instead of being a week size, does this size that is a traveler's notebook size. It's got some interesting like quarterly pages here, so you can kind of see like with the weekends grayed out, and it lets you sort of track things in spheres. And then the year at a glance, and it's not red. Then it essentially is kind of useful for people that do bullet journaling, where it's got that vertical log for the month at the beginning of the year. So you could use it for either indexing or future logging. Regular monthly pages. It's Traveler Notebook, so you know it's going to have the kind of thin columns here. But then the layout is very similar to the paper test designs that I was using last year. So one thing I really like about it is it's got this weekly overview at the top here, which is really great because I often put either my workouts or my meal plans just in every day so that I can see at a glance that I have something planned for every day. And then it has a little split line. What I also like is it makes it really easy to do tracking here with the Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of situation. But you wouldn't have to. So you could use this for like tracking a task and like what days it was started on and everything. Sorry, this is not the best way to view this. But you could use this in a lot of different ways that I think would make sense. And then you could use this as an Eisenhower matrix if you wanted, like, you know, important and urgent, important and not urgent. Or you could use them to like track different areas of your life. I really like this layout. The downside of this one for me is that Traveler's Notebook, I don't know if it's really my preferred size because my temptation is to like fill it with stuff. I really like traveler's notebooks for actually travel journaling, but I don't really like carrying around a traveler's notebook as like a regular life sort of situation. It also has a spacing guide in there. Has some other stuff at the back. She's primarily a sticker store, so you can actually get this with stickers to go with it if you want. This one has daily pages. It's kind of really meant for bullet journaling. So it's got grouped daily pages after the weekly pages, which is why the Traveler's Notebook is probably not going to work for me. But I love the B6 size. I've really had a lot of luck for the B6 size, and this is very unique. It's got that same kind of layout that I just walked through of all of the regular pages. But it has the slightly wider calendar, which is nice. That is the monthly calendar is one of the downsides for me with the Hobonichi. It's just very hard to fit the Hobonichi weeks. It's kind of hard to fit it in there. But I feel like this could work so well for me, but I'm worried, is the B6 going to be too big now that I've gotten used to carrying around a weeks style? But I do think that this could work really well. Oh, and then this is what's unique about it, is it's got 2 weekly spreads. So it's got this weekly spread, and then it's got a vertical one as the next day. And I was like, I actually think I could like rock that. That I feel like you could use one either for memory keeping or one just for appointments, and then this one for tasks. Like, I think there's like huge advantage to kind of the way that this works. Look at the Just Scribble layout because it's weeks-ish. Okay, I'll look at it. I probably have looked at it already, but I'm gonna look at it right now. All right. Why does the week happen twice? I'm immune because there's no A6, but the Traveler's Notebook week size. See, that's the thing that I like. I think that what's an advantage of being as obsessed as we are with planners is that at least we have a very strong preference for knowing what they are. Okay. Horizontal, vertical. Is this week size? What size is it? Oh, they have it in A6 and B6. Let's see what it looks like. So I was using the paper test designs, but it was too thick for me. And I think that's like one of my, oh, I do see that. I don't think this is going to work as well for me, but this is just essentially like a larger kind of version of the similar one. I love the boxes along the top. Oh, and then this has like daily pages. Yeah. It isn't for me, but I do see the cuteness in it. I could see it really working for other people. This is great that it is not for me, though. The Ara Estelle is like another one that if you like the week size and Tomoe River paper, they have some pretty cool... oh, they also are doing like a sale right now for their 2025 planners if you want to try them out. But theirs is really interesting because it's a week size, but then it has dated daily pages every day. So it could be very good for someone who does like bullet journaling. They have one that I do think is pretty cool, which is a catch-all. So it's got like a Hobonichi week style layout on one side and then 3 pages of free paper per week. And I always thought, see, it's only $13.18. I feel like I would be willing to try it for that purpose now. They also have passport size too. So they really got a lot of different options. All right, y'all, that's probably enough looking at planners. Oh, I tried out an Ara Estelle, but their months have a Sunday start and their months are a Sunday start and their weeks are a Monday start. I was like, this is untenable. I know a lot of people prefer that, and I hate that. I do realize I work a weird schedule, so like having Sunday start the week makes zero sense to me. It's my Friday. So it's just like super confusing. And yes, they do have stickers to fix it, but I was like, disagree with that. Like some people like that method because they actually said that they like surveyed people and that's what people want the both. I'm going back and forth between Hemlock and Oak or Sterling Ink. I haven't actually looked at Hemlock and Oak in a while. I don't remember what their layouts are. Sterling Ink is pretty much not going to do it for me. I understand why everyone was excited, but they are just not the thing for me. Folks, I do need to get going to my meeting after this. So I would like you to tell me what you're looking for this week. Mine is themed to this live stream, which is that I am leading a stationery store day ride. So it's our 3rd annual stationery store day ride, and I think the 4th annual stationery store day maybe. And essentially it's like record store day, but for stationery stores. And in Portland, we are lucky enough that we have several that are in stationery store day. So I've been leading a ride to the same 4 every year. We get like 12 to 20 people that come and ride 10 miles, and we stop at 4 stores. And it's very fun to just hang out with other stationery nerds. I've also heard that there is now like a stationery people like meetup that's happening in a coffee shop, I think like every other week. And I'm going to try to go to that because I had gone to a couple of the ones at one of the stationery stores where they were doing like traveler's notebook meetups and stuff like that. And it was really fun, but they weren't happening very consistently. And so anyway, I'm kind of excited about the coffee shop meetup one. I get to work on the weekend, which is when the library is most popular and therefore the most fun. I'm so glad you feel that way about the public, and I am excited for you. That's great. I also enjoy working on the weekend, but that's mainly because my days off are when no one is trying to do things in like the grocery store and everybody's at work. Aaron says, I'm looking forward to the first class seat upgrade I got just right before this flight. Yeah, Aaron is like in an airport right now. I'm looking forward to making a dent in the move and hoping the contractor returns to finish the punch list, which I fear he won't. Wait. Are you actually like moving imminently? Because I didn't know like how far you were in the contractor stuff. So are you really close? Are you more close than us? If you beat us into this over ours, when you started working on this only like 5 months ago, I'm going to be very cranky. Aaron's on the plane. Oh, okay, great. No A6 for Hemlock and Oak. For some reason, Hemlock and Oak has defaulted to a tattoo studio for me, which probably is because I'm searching from a Portland, Oregon area address. So I'm going to have to dig around and go look at that. David will be at the triplex. I can feel it. You've been sleeping here for weeks? I didn't realize that. Oh, well, you did beat us already. So fine. I hope the contractor makes progress on your list. I hope that I beat you soon. All right. My union meeting is starting in 1 minute, so I really do need to head over there. It has been lovely having you all. I hope you have a lovely, amazing time. Aaron, you can end the vertical stream now. Bye, vertical stream people. And I am going to look forward to the stationery store day ride. Have fun with your moving. Have fun with possibly buying planners. It sounds like some people are going to do that. Have fun with working on the weekend. I'm glad that you are excited about that. And please give lots of pets to Lint Trap, aka Hardison. Sophie, it's been lovely to have you here. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Pet a cat if you have one available. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye.